Alrighty, brothers and sisters, a 2021 like alt season is loading. Today's video, we're going to show you why I do believe a 2021 like alt season, like the one we've seen in 2021, is about to happen. And we're seeing actually the signs here. I'm seeing coins getting revived. I'm seeing the pumps happening. We got Breton Eats slowly moving up a $12 million market cap. We got Toshi as well, sending higher today. We got a bunch of coins pumping today. Now, this is just the beginning. This is just the start, because that's how it starts usually. Back in 2021, we had a strong Ethereum where we've seen Ethereum going on this crazy rally, and that was the reason we had a major alt season, because when Ethereum pumps, things start to rally. This is Dogecoin down below here. When Ethereum pumped, we had a massive rally on Dogecoin. Any other altcoin that we add for that matter had a massive rally. If we add Shiba Inu as well, had a massive rally when Ethereum pumped. We had coins left and right, Axie Infinity and stuff like that, doing 300x's and 400x's. That's why it's one of the biggest alt season we remember this far, is that 2021 2020 alt season, and we are about to do the same here. And if we look at that Ethereum chart today, now you can see that Ethereum just put in a crazy weekly candle, Thor hammer weekly candle that just got us back above 2,100, back into this previous range. Now, if you did not remember, now in 2024 or early 2024, this is the first alt season we had this far in this cycle. This is the time where we got crazy coins going crazy, like Pepe, shown you on the previous video, where you got Pepe going from this top, from this bottom to this top, putting in a 40x, and other lower cap coins doing 100x's. But the thing is, this was not as strong as 2021, and that's why people felt bad. That's why we had extreme fear and people feeling disappointed by this alt season, because it was not it. The real one will just happen now. So you want to pay attention to today's video. Now, we got a weekly candle that got us back into this range. Why is this important? Because from this range, or from here onwards, we don't have much resistances going on for us here on Ethereum. As you can see, where we did tap that 2,500 almost, as I explained on the previous video. This is very important to do that in case Bitcoin decides to pull back. Now, in case that happens, we're secure now, because even if Bitcoin retraces, it will hold the 2,100 level to get us back above, or it might just continue its way up from here towards 2,800, then maybe a little pullback, then the way up. But overall, it's looking very bullish, because we did reclaim that. And you remember, funny enough, guys, how people were calling it dead right around this level here, not knowing that when Ethereum is down, everything else is down, and it was in fact the case. Now, if you go back here to top meme coins here, you see everything is pumping, altcoins are pumping, and it's because of Ethereum. When Ethereum pumps, everything else pumps now. I remember when people were calling this dead, people are calling meme coins will never come back, and in fact they are back. And that's very important to remember, because this is crypto, guys. Crypto is gonna be like that. It's people freaking out in emotions, getting people to freak out, panic sell at the bottoms and panic buy at the tops. And as you can see, this year was very crazy this far, 2025. Now, the yearly low on the fear and greed was extreme fear. And you remember, guys, I told you this was peak buy signal here. This was a peak buy signal. Now, overall, we're still heading higher. This is still early. We haven't even started. The alt season haven't even started. Now, if you are seeing Bitcoin pumping, you're seeing Ethereum pumping, and your altcoin is not pumping yet, you just got to be patient, because that's how it starts. It's a money rotation kind of thing. And Ethereum starts first, then top 10 coins, top 50, top 100, then it keeps going. Usually lower caps get their turn, and when that happens, they go crazy. And that's what we're here for. That's where life-changing money is made. Now, the thing is, it's very important to keep in mind that the fear and greed and the emotional side in this space is gonna get you confused, and it's gonna get you selling when it's the wrong time to sell, and it's gonna get you buying when it's the wrong time to buy. So remember that, and remember that very likely now we're heading toward a massive alt season, 2021 like alt season, the one we've seen here. Now, even people will call and say things like, we have too much dilution, we have too many coins, we have too many that, we have too many this, Ethereum is dead. It is very important to just keep it simple and just look at the charts, because they tell us more than what we need to know. They tell us enough, and we don't need to see what people think. By just looking at the charts, we know what could happen here. And it was very obvious when you see Ethereum at its lows, ever bear market lows, and people are extremely fearful and calling for lower and calling for dead markets and all that. It was pretty obvious that we're going to see a massive pump, and that could be it. And I remember I said that, like, if there was ever a fake out that would happen before a real massive alt season, that would be this one. We got also people back in the days, or back in 2024, calling for sell in May and go away, calling for we're probably going to have a bullish Q1 in 2025 and then the market will drop. But then the market did the opposite. So because the market is always trying to get most people to lose, so it's not going to really do what most people think. And as you can see, most people think that, or thought that this was Ethereum dead. And even now people are calling this a dead cat bounce, and they're going to call for a recession around here. And they will only buy when there is a new all-time high. So keep that in mind when you're navigating this space and listening to people here. Most of the time, people are just gonna follow their emotions. It's just simpler to just counter trade them. Now, so far, we're still very early to the alt season, and this is what I want to talk about in today's video. How is Ethereum gonna get us a massive alt season? So when you see this a weekly candle on Ethereum, you see that it's closed above 2,100. As I said, we're very secure now. Even if Bitcoin drops, we're gonna hold that 2,100, going towards the 2,800. This is the most important. Once we hold that, then it's 4K breakout, new all-time high. Things are gonna look very different than they look like today. I know today still there is some uncertainty. There is still fears. There is still fears of tariffs, recession. People still don't believe this rally. It's called disbelief rally, and people are still sidelined. And those are all good things for us to see continuation into these markets. And one obvious sign as well is the funding rate, which is still negative, which means people are still shorting in this belief. They can't believe that we're pumping. They can't believe that they were wrong, or their emotions got the best of them. They can't believe those things. And they can't believe that BlackRock is still buying. The ETFs just bought $320 million worth of Bitcoin just yesterday. So the ETFs are still buying, retail is still bearish, and we're still going higher. Now, what usually happens when we have an alt season, guys? Now, as you can see, if we go to top memes, they're all looking pretty good. They're all looking pretty good, right? Everything is pumping. Dogecoin 27%, Shiba Inu 20%, Pepe 52%. Now, official Trump is 11%. Even the worst coins like Penguins is up 22%. Everything is pumping. Now, Ape Coin now looks like it's a meme coin now, but everything else is pumping, and the reason is because Ethereum is pumping. Now, you see why is this important? When you see Ethereum is pumping, everything starts to pump, and when everything starts to pump, it creates greed, and greed takes care of the rest. Now, we're gonna see some rotation happen. As usual, we're gonna see now Pepe and others top memes rally, then mid, then low caps. Usually those are the ones that go crazy and parabolic and make those gains. But overall, you see, if you just suck around and you held strong and you did not listen to the fathers and the haters and the paparazzis that call for bear markets and recessions with each red candle, you'll do well. That's the most important message here. That's a mistake that I don't want to repeat, because back in the days as well, we had the same thing. With each rally, people will call for tops. With each drop, people will call for recessions, and why Bitcoin is going to zero and Ethereum is going to zero. But overall, things just keep going and going. And as you know, it's all based on the 4-year cycle, which we are still following. And the 4-year cycle usually predicts that we top by the end of 2025. So to me, it was very clear that we're going to have an alt season. Now, we still have this chart here to look forward to. And before this one, we can as well look at the Bitcoin dominance to know the extent to which this alt season is gonna go. It's gonna go crazy because we have not seen really nothing yet happen so far. What we see today is just recovery, but the real main dish here has not been served. You see this drop here. This is 2017 alt season. This is the Bitcoin dominance. Now, the 2021 crazy as well drop on the Bitcoin dominance means crazy alt season. We have not seen that yet. Now, when that happens, things are gonna moon. When that happens, we get those 100x's, 200x's and stuff like that, people that been here in 2021 remember. So the Bitcoin dominance has not even started its way. It looks like it started, but we don't know which one is gonna be the one that's gonna get the Bitcoin dominance to finally crash. We had one back in the days here in November, December, and this was mainly caused by Solana pumping because of Trump launching its meme coin, or because of the talk about altcoin reserves and crypto reserves. But then Bitcoin dominance kept going. We got another drop today. Reason why we see this as well, and reason why is because as well Ethereum is pumping, so we got that. But we don't know which drop is going to be the final drop that will cause the Bitcoin dominance to finally sustainably trend lower and cause an extended alt season that's going to last few months. So if you haven't not been sleeping enough these days, just know that more sleepless nights are coming, and more aggressive sleepless nights are coming. Months and months of sleepless nights. But this is going to be the last one. So this is going to be the last alt season that's going to cause this Bitcoin dominance to go lower, and then it's actually over. And then you can rest and relax and think about something else other than crypto, because people got really impatient recently, right? People started to think, when is alt season? It's never going to happen. Will it ever happen? And people gave up and sold the bottoms and all that. And granted, this cycle was a bit overextended, but there will be time where it will be over, but it's not yet. Now we're still early, but there is time, and that time is coming where it will be over, and then those that stuck around will make it, and those that were just paparazzis here will not. So when you look at others and against BTC, and you see this, others is basically the market cap of all other cryptos besides the top 10 coins. Now we put it against Bitcoin because that gives us the alt season. This first box here is 2017 bull market. 2021 bull market was super extended. Now we have not had a big alt season yet as well. When you look at this, you see this square here. This was January, early 2024. So if we look at Pepe, for example, this was time as well. This was when Pepe went parabolic, early January to late to 2024. Now Pepe got an overextended, it rallied the whole year, but most coins stopped around March 2024. That was about it. Now it was this little box here, and the most recent one was October 2024 with the strategic altcoin reserve with Cardano and XRP and those pumping, and we're still waiting for the actual major bull season. So this one actually should go above the 2021 and the 2017. As you can see, in 2017, in 2021 we outperformed 2017, so it would just make sense that we outperform again 2021, and we will see how this will play out. Even if we just get a comeback to all-time high here, it will still be massive if we compare that to the one we had in early 2024. It's nothing compared to it. If that happens, we're gonna see major alt season. That's the major alt season that we're waiting for. So we got others against Bitcoin telling us no alt season, or the alt season has just started. When we look at this now, it's just getting started, or we don't know yet if that's actually the actual start. And we got Bitcoin dominance that's still telling us alt season might just be beginning or hasn't started. So a lot of things are telling us we're still early, and most importantly, the early sign is this. Now that's what I keep an eye on, is this Ethereum weekly candle. This is what's telling me everyone was wrong calling for no alt season. Everyone was wrong when there was extreme fear. Everyone was wrong calling for Ethereum dead and no alt season. This is what's telling me that. Now this is a crazy increase here on Ethereum, outperforming the market. This is telling me the market was wrong talking about there will be no alt season. Now we're seeing Ethereum pumping, and this is the early signs. We're getting a massive alt season. And that gets me very excited, very bullish, waiting for this to play out just like in 2021. All we gotta do is keep holding what we hold, and if you missed the dips, know that it's still early and we have not yet started, and all we gotta do is be patient, because the time to be thinking it's over, it's coming, and it will be actually over, and it's not yet. So I'll keep you guys updated with this. I'm gonna also make a video about top low cap memes that I'm getting into, and thank you so much for watching today's video till the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.